Let's talk about how to use AI to scrape real estate data from websites. Now, would you like to get property information at your fingertips, beat others in your market, and get your hands on that data first? Now, web scraping doesn't need to be complicated or require you to pay somebody to do it for you. Now, why would we want to scrape real estate data? Well, it comes down to saving time and your hard-earned money. The real estate market is fast-paced and changing every second. It's like trying to beat your fellow Formula One driver past the finish line. Whoever gets there first gets the champagne and the trophy. Except in a real estate perspective, it comes down to getting that property first. Web scraping is getting information from a web page and having it in a structured format. Now, a great, easy to use web scraping tool if you're getting into web scraping is Magical. Magical is a free Chrome extension that can scrape data from your open tabs. And best of all, you can export all of that data straight into a Google Sheet for easy viewing, and it's absolutely free. To get started with Magical, visit getmagical.com. So let's scrape Zillow with Magical. So we're just gonna head over and do the usual search for homes in a certain area. I'm gonna choose San Francisco. So we're gonna give that a search, and then we're going to look for houses that interest us. So whatever house interests you, you wanna open it up in a new tab. So I'm gonna open up this one. Let's say that this one over here looks pretty interesting to me too. I'll open up that one. I'm gonna open up this one here as well. So we want to keep doing this until we have a decent amount of houses that we're interested in. We want to scrape all that data at once. Okay, so we have a bunch of good properties open. So what we want to do is we want to head right over to Magical, just press on that green button, and we're going to see it's already pulling some good information for us, such as we have the price, number of bedrooms, the address, etc. So let's say we wanted to add something here. I think a good thing to be scraping is also the square footage of every property. So we're just gonna head over right over here where it says add more, and we're going to press on the square footage. So the square footage of this place is just over 1,800 square feet. I'm gonna press on that, and I'm going to label the info that we're selecting. So I'm just gonna write square footage. I'm gonna give it a label, and I'm just going to save it. And we're gonna see it's gonna pop right over here into Magical square footage. And now if we go to any other property on Zillow, we're gonna open it up, and we're also gonna see the square footage. So as we can see, the square footage here transferred straight into Magical as well. Now, what we can do to see all this information in one place, so we don't have to hop through a bunch of tabs, because let's be real, we can see this information just by looking at the page. But this is where it gets really cool. We just go to transfer to, we go to new spreadsheet, and we press all tabs. So that's going to be all the tabs that we just opened of different properties on Zillow. And we are going to give it a few seconds, and it's going to populate this sheet with all the information we selected. So as we can see, we have the price on here, we have the square footage, we have the year it was built, the address of these properties, the URL, etc. So let's say we are interested in this specific property here with the information that we selected. We can pop right back because it has that link saved right in the Google Doc as well. So Magical just makes it so easy to scrape data from Zillow. And the best part is you don't even need to know how to code. It's as easy as just opening up a bunch of links to houses and properties that you're interested in, and then just exporting it to Google Sheets in the matter of seconds. It'll save you a ton of time. You'll get to see all your information nice and organized within a Google Sheet. So just as we mentioned in the demo, you want to pick which data you want to scrape, and you can always delete data that you don't want to scrape. All right, so now let's hop into doing some web scraping with Magical on Redfin. So we're gonna head over and search San Francisco once again. We're gonna wait for it to pull up a bunch of different results of properties in the area. And then same thing as before, we're gonna open up a handful of properties that we're interested in. So I'm gonna open up this one here. This one looks pretty nice. Open up this one here. I'm gonna go through that process until I have a handful of different tabs I wanna compare. Okay, so now we have a bunch of different properties open that we're interested in, and we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. So we're gonna head right over to Magical, and we can see it's already pulling a bunch of different information, such as the address is already in there, the price of the place, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, square footage this time is already in there, which is great. And this time walking score, that's a good one I didn't even think of before. That's a good one to compare across all of them to see what the walking scores are. So we're gonna do the same thing we just did. We're gonna head over to transfer. We're gonna transfer all this data into Google Sheets and compare them against each other. So same thing, new spreadsheet, all tabs, and just give it a few seconds, and Magical is going to populate our Google Sheet for us. There we go, there's all of our information. So here we have location, the Redfin URLs, the address, a quick description of each of them so we can go through and see that if we want, the number of bathrooms, number of bedrooms, price, the square footage, which is awesome to have, and the walking score. So now we don't need to pop between all the tabs and see which one has the best walking score. We can easily see that this one here has an 100 per walking score. And the worst one for walking score is this one over here with 44. We can compare square footages and see which one off the bat is the biggest. And we can see which one's the smallest and so on. And same thing with price. We can go compare all the prices of each and see how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms you're getting for that price. So it's just a really nice way to easily lay out your information in a Google Sheet. And once again, it doesn't only work with Redfin and Zillow. Any website that you're looking at properties on, you can scrape it with Magical. Now it's that easy to scrape real estate data with Magical. And best of all, it's absolutely free. Now once again, if you want to get started with Magical today, just visit the link in the description or visit getmagical.com. Now thank you for watching today's video. I hope you got some value out of it. And as always, my name is Jamarco and I will see you in the next video.